Got me falling right back.
Okay, so the first thing that I am just going to start off with is going to be the Pixie Hydrating Mist. This you can actually get at Target. It's supposed to just be kind of like a preserving mist is what it says it is, but you can really use it for whatever. It doesn't matter. I just use it to prep my skin, and it's a drugstore brand, so that's a good thing. So I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline 24-Hour Foundation. I have really been loving this, so I thought that it would be perfect to showcase in a, you know, drugstore bridal type tutorial. And I am just going to dot this all over my face like I normally would. And then now I'm going to go ahead and take my Eco Tool sponge and I'm just going to blend this out all over my face. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the Makeup Revolution concealer and I'm just going to conceal under my eyes like I normally would as well. And I'm just going to take my Real Technique sponge and go ahead and blend all that out as well as my Eco Tools ones for the bigger areas on my face. And now I'm just going to take my Coty Airspun powder and I'm just going to set my entire face with that. Okay, and something to keep in mind just definitely for your wedding day is you really want to ensure that you find a loose setting powder that does not have flashback. And by that I mean when you take a photo with a translucent powder, sometimes there can get like a white cast underneath of your eyes and into your face. So you want to be sure that you find one that doesn't have it. The Coty Airspun I've tested, it doesn't have a flashback, so that's a good thing. Also, you want to be careful about foundations that also have SPF in them because they can also give you a flashback or a white cast to your face. And you definitely don't want that in your wedding photos, so that's just something to keep in mind. So now what I am going to do is I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and I am going to go ahead and bronze up my skin. This is like a holy grail for me. I use this all the time. Okay, and now I'm going to go back into the Coty Airspun powder and I'm going to take my little Real Techniques blending brush and I'm just going to dip it in there and I'm just going to put a lot underneath of my eyes. And I want to do this because now we're going to move on to our eye makeup and I don't want anything, if it falls out, I don't want it to fall on my face. And you don't want that to happen, especially wedding day, because then you might end up redoing your entire face. Okay, so now for eyeshadow. When it comes to eyeshadow for me, I don't have a lot of drugstore brands. Not to say that they're not good, I just don't. So this isn't exactly a drugstore brand. This is more of a drugstore price. This is the Morphe 350 palette. So it is very warm and neutral, as you guys can see there. And for wedding day, most people want to go neutral, so this is a really great palette for that. So I am just going to use this palette for our eyes today. I mean, we can't really go wrong here for the neutrals. I mean, It's gonna be fantastic. Okay, so the very first thing that I'm gonna go ahead and do is take, as you guys probably already know, my Morphe M501 brush, and I am going to go into this bone white shade right here in the palette at the beginning. Unfortunately, they don't have shade names, so I'm not able to give that for you guys. And I'm just gonna run this all over the lid. I know I just said it was setting powder, but just to be safe. Okay, and then next I'm gonna go into this warmer shade right here within the palette, and it's a good neutral shade. I went ahead and brought you guys in a little bit closer so that you can see more of the detail that I'm doing on my eyes. So like I said, I'm just gonna take this shade right here, and it's more of a neutral shade, and I'm just going to blend that all within the crease. Okay, and then next I'm gonna take this shade right here, which kind of looks similar to the one that we just used, but it is a little bit different. It's just a little deeper. And I'm just gonna work that again in the crease, staying with my M501 brush. Okay, and now I'm moving to my M441 brush. It looks like this right here. And I am going to go into this shade right here within the palette. Just kind of slowly building our way up with colors, and that's why this palette's so great, because it has such a huge range of colors. It's really easy to kind of build them up on your lid and make sure that they're all well blended. So I'm just going to take that on my Morphe M441 brush, and we are just going to go ahead and keep this right in the crease. We're not really going to bring it up too much further. Work it out on the outer V, keeping it in the crease. And then when there's barely any product left, just kind of blending everything up together. Okay, and then now we are going to move on to this shade right here within the palette. This is now starting to get into the deeper browns. And once again, we're just going to use that right in the crease, staying with our Morphe M441 brush. Just doing windshield wiper motions and like, you know, circles as well. Okay, and now I'm switching to my Morphe M330 brush, and this is more of a defined taper brush so that I can get really in the crease and kind of focus it just to the crease area, and I'm not really going to blend this next color up. So next what we are going to do is we are going to take this brown right here within the palette, And I'm just going to be focusing that strictly within the crease, not really blending it up, just making sure that it's well blended within the crease. And this is just going to give us a lot of depth and dimension, and it's going to just deepen up the crease a little bit more. And just making sure everything is blended. Okay, and then I'm going to take the Morphe M501 brush again, and I'm just going to go and kind of blend everything together so it's all seamless and no harsh lines or harsh edges. Okay, and then now I'm going to take the Morphe M169 brush. It's very, very much tapered right here. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to take that and I'm going to go in with the darkest shade right here. And I'm just going to keep that and focus it completely on the outer V. I don't want to really bring that in. I just want to darken up the outer V of the eye just a little bit. Okay, and then once again, I'm just going to take the Morphe M501 brush and I'm going to blend it all out. And then I'm going to go back in with my Morphe M441 brush, and I am just going to go into the medium transition shade that we used right here, and I'm just going to kind of blend, sorry, not that one. I'm going to take this medium transition shade right here, and I'm just going to use that to seamlessly blend everything together, just to make sure that there's a gradient from the lighter browns to the darker browns. Okay, so at this point in the eye look, you can kind of take the portion that we're going to put on the main part of the lid. You can kind of take this wherever you want at this point. You can make it a matte white look, you can make it a shimmer look, you can make it a gold look. You could really do anything you want at this point because it's such a neutral base. So a couple options that you have within this palette, if you get it, is I'm just going to swatch a few. So you have this shade right here. This is a very pale pink shade, and it is a shimmer, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is what that looks like right here. If you guys can see that, it's really reflective and shimmery. I'll be honest, this is probably what I'm gonna put on my lid today, maybe. So we have that one. Then we have this shade that is down here that is similar to the one over here that we just used, but it's a little bit different. So I'll swatch that right next to it so you can see what the difference is. So it's a little bit more of an orangey shade. I don't know if you guys will be able to pick it up on camera, but it's just a little bit deeper. That's that shade right there. And then if you wanted to go more of like the gold route, there's this pretty taupey gold right here that is also a shimmer shade. I'm just kind of giving you guys the shimmer options. Just swatch this one. So this is that shade right here. They're very pigmented colors, and I want to say this whole palette is for around $20-something. And then also you could take that first shade that we used in the palette right here, that's a bone white, and you could put that all over the lid if you wanted to. So I actually think that I am going to go in with this shade right here in the palette, and I am just applying it to the lid with just my finger for now, just to give it a good base to get started. And then we'll put some setting spray on our brush and kind of define it out a little bit more. And so this is a really good reason as to why I have that setting powder underneath, because it is literally, it's falling out. There's a lot of fallout with it. So this is just catching all of that. So when I wipe it away, I'm not gonna have like glitter all underneath my eyes. And you could completely do this look beforehand. I like with the type of outer V that we went for to do it after I've done my foundation. And then now I'm just going to take some of that Pixie hydrating mist, spray it on, oh, wrong way. Spray it on my Morphe M224. This is just a flat definer brush. And I'm just going to go into this shade once again, and I'm just going to define the crease a little bit. And then just kind of blend it out on the side as well. And then when we have the top of it done like that, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a duo fiber brush, and I'm just going to brush all of the excess powder away. All right, and as you can see, because we did that, none of the fallout or anything stuck to underneath of my eyes. So that is the safe bet and safe tip with that. So now what I'm going to do is take my very teeny tiny Morphe M508 brush, and we are going to start to define the lower lash line. So I am just going to go in with this deep transition shade that we used, and I'm just going to start at the outer corner and I'm going to bring it forward. So now I'm going to take this transition shade right here that we used, and I am just going to bring that in and about halfway. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy blending brush and just blend that out. Alright, and then I'm going to go with this medium brown shade right here, and I'm going to keep this more on the outer half of my eye on the lower lash line. And then once again, blend it out. And then now I'm going to go in with that very deep shade, and I am going to keep this very tight to my lash line and just keep it very much so on the very outer corner of my eye. And then once again, blend it out. And then after wiping off my brush, I'm going to take that shimmer shade that we used, and I'm just going to bring that right into the inner corner. Like so. So now at this point what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hop off camera really quick, do my eyebrows, and then I will be right back. Sadly, I don't have anything drugstore for my eyebrows. I just have my Anastasia. So something that I can recommend that I actually don't have anymore is the Milani, their little gel pot. That works really good. And also the Maybelline Temptation that just came out, that's also a really good brand that you could use for your eyebrows. So I will be right back after I do my brows. And then now I am going to take the Profusion eye pencil that looks like this, and I'm just going to use this to get my upper waterline. Okay, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Profusion, the ink liner. It looks like this. It is an absolute fantastic black liner. That is it right there. I actually used this more than the Kat Von D one that I did buy like a couple months ago. And I'm just going to line the top part of my lashes. I'm not going to do a wing or anything. I'm just going to do the top part of it. Okay, now that liner is on, I'm gonna go ahead and apply lashes. I have these lashes right here. Unfortunately, I just threw out the box, which was stupid of me because I didn't mean to do that. But these are the Ardell Wispies Mink lashes. I absolutely love these. These are my favorite lashes. They're just really natural. They don't look too fake, if you will. I mean, I know all fake lashes look fake, but these don't look horribly fake, if you know what I mean. So I am just going to go ahead and curl my lashes. I'm just taking my House of Lashes lash glue. I'm just going to apply that on the lash band. And I'm just gonna let this dry, and then I will apply this to my right eye.